Alright, so in this video we're going to be going through how to simplify algebraic expressions. So these are word problems here. We've got 4 that we're going to be going through. But before we get into that, we actually need to define our terms. So it's hard to work here with words. So we want to get all of the words into numbers and, like numbers and variables. So the first one that we need to know is sum. And sum equals plus. That's what you need to know. Sum equals addition. So whenever you see sum on the page, you look and you're just like that. Sum equals plus. Okay? Sum equals plus. Number in this one, any of the numbers that we'll be dealing with, since we're only going to be dealing with one variable in an equation, we are just going to be using n. N is our number. So whenever you see number here, you think n. And product means times. So the product of a number, that means the product is times. So it's x. So we want to go through this and get this into an equation. We want to get this out of a word problem. So I have actually highlighted all of the important words that we need to go through. So I would recommend you do the same thing if you have your own question. Go through real quick and actually just pause the video, highlight all of the keywords that you see. So here I saw sum, so that's plus. So the sum of 2, so 2 here, 2 plus a number, and we know number is n, is means equals, is equals 8. Right. And then to get it to the answer, it's actually super simple. You just go in here and you do minus 2 from both sides. So minus 2, and that gets you 6. And 6, I'll use purple actually, since I've got a lot of green. 6 is the correct answer. All right, now we're going to be doing 42 is 6 less than a number. So first we see 42 is, so is equals 42 equals 6 less than a number. So n minus 6, because it's a number minus 6. It's not 6 minus a number. Yeah, so then basically for both sides, we're trying to figure out what n is, right? We're solving for n. So we just want to get rid of this 6. So in order to do that, you would just add 6 to both sides. And why we're doing that is because it's n minus 6. We don't want the minus 6. We just want to get it to n. That is the goal of this. So n in this one would equal 48. And we'll do purple again for this one. I hope this makes sense to you here. I'm going through these pretty fast, but once you grasp the concept, it's super simple. You just have to write it out. Do not try to do this in your head. Whatever you do, don't do this in your head. It doesn't work. All right, because now we're into bigger questions. So 42, that's our first one. We know 42 is, so 42 we know right here, is plus, 42 equals 6 greater than the opposite of a number. So it would be 6, let me think, 6 plus n, because it's 6 greater. I'm doing this wrong, am I doing this wrong? Where am I wrong in this? Okay, just a sec. I think I'm right. Oh, yes. Sorry, I was looking at the bottom question here. 42 is 6 greater than the opposite of a number. So the opposite of a number, we're just putting as n because there is no other n in this equation. This, again, super simple. Instead of adding 6 like we did before, we just do minus 6. And of course, that equals 36. Because 42 minus 6 is 36. We'll do it in purple here. Sorry, I got confused on that one. I was starting to look at this one and I'm like, what the heck am I thinking? All right, the product, and we know from this one, we know from here, that the product is times. So the product, x, of 6 and a number, so n times 6 equals the product of 6 and a number is, which is equals 15 plus n, greater than a number. So it's 15 greater than. This is 15 plus n. Just think about that for a sec. It's 15 plus n. That can hold you up, and it doesn't need to. So with 6n, you can actually just, 6 times n, you can just write this as n 6. Or, no, it would be 6n, sorry. 6n equals 15 plus n. You do not want to get mixed up. If it mixes you up, just remember this. Put it in brackets. It's 6 times n. So what we're doing here is we want to get 15 alone, right? We don't want it to have plus n. We want to solve for n, and this is going to be the n that we will solve for. So we'll just simply do minus n from each side. Now, this doesn't mean that this is this goes to 0. Now this is 5n equals 15. And now from here, you can go off in the weeds and try to figure it out, but it's not that hard. You just figure out, well, there's 5 goes into 15 how many times? It goes into it 3 times. So it equals 3. So that is how you solve word problems in algebraic equations. As you can tell, I am just learning and going through this. So writing it down is just super helpful. It gets your mind working. It makes you work through it, basically. And yeah, I'd recommend just grabbing a pen and start writing it down. Don't try to do it in your head. All right, that's all for today.